Okay, so I wanted to start, so I did that OA video in Facebook that I uploaded. We went through Target. You know, Target's a great place to start. There's a lot of replens there. But I wanted to try Lowe's, and so I opened that up. And I know that Cobalt is a brand that I've heard of. So I wanted to start there. Holiday Living is one during Christmas for all of you. You know, Q4 is coming up, so you can utilize that around Christmas. But I wanted to start with Cobalt because that's something that I had heard of. So essentially what I would start with here, let me move that again. Okay. What I would start with here is just type in Cobalt, Cobalt, and see what pulls up. I need to open up Amazon. So typically what I start, I'll just type in a brand, you know, if we're using that big box private label brand ideas, and type in one of their private label brands and see what pulls up and start looking for things, you know, that look like good potential products. Some things might look heavy or like I would never try to sell something, an air compressor for $300, but you'll type in the same thing over here on Amazon, Cobalt tools, and see what pulls up there. And then look for things that are priced high, or at least what you think are high. And also, I've got this free extension. It's called DS, Amazon Quick View, and it shows you the ranks as well as the FBA sellers on your main product page. So, you know, it helps speed up sourcing because you're able to see if it's 138,000 or if it's 2 million. So that's something that's really important to have to help speed up your online arbitrage sourcing. So essentially what I would do is just stay on this page, don't open anything up, but okay, this Cobalt brushless motor cordless combo kit. Let's try Cobalt brushless motor combo kit. Let's see if anything pulls up there. Let's see. Okay, so that's $299, which is actually more expensive than here, okay? So what I usually do, you can go through all of these things and see what might be profitable. A lot of times though, Cobalt tools or tools that are really expensive might take a little bit longer because of fees, they're really heavy, all of that. So what I like to do on websites like this, whether it's Home Depot or Lowe's, is go to priced low to high. And the reason is because then you're going to be finding smaller things that might be bundled a little bit more. So Cobalt tools, and then it should pull up low to high. If not, I'll do that. So price low to high. Now I wouldn't necessarily do like these sockets, these individual sockets here. And we can try it real quick just to see what happens. Like Cobalt steel. BT plug. BT plug. See what pulls out. Usually these are going to be harder to find the right thing. But it was the 1/4 inch. I don't know if that's it or not, but there's no rank. But anyway, sometimes it'll also pull up these weird listings that don't correlate at all with what I typed in, but are still Cobalt. So you can see it pulled up Cobalt steel plug instead. See all 9 results. So maybe we could start with that and click into there and see what pulls up. So for instance, this is 380,000 in tools and home improvement. I don't know if it's priced right, but Cobalt 63 piece.
Guys, that's why it might also help to do something you're kind of familiar with, because I'm with Jimmy. I'm not a tool guy, so I wouldn't know if this should cost $50 or $150. So if you already kind of know something about a certain topic or category, then that'll give you an advantage.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. That's why I usually like to do with grocery, because I eat a lot. So, but anyway, so this thing was $30. Let's see. So at $30, $29.98. Making 35% ROI, making $11. For some people, that's perfect. Other people may not be. Take a look at the Keepa chart for the last year. Price fluctuates. It's at a higher point right now. And actually the FBA price, it says is $59.95, so it's actually a little bit higher. But you can see that it spiked really heavily and now it's decreased quite a bit. So it might be something that you want to test depending on your margins in your products. I would potentially test it. I know it's not the best rank, but it does sell pretty regularly. Let's look at the 3 months again. I mean, it's selling a few times each month. The other thing too with Lowe's and any online arbitrage, you're also going to be trying to reduce your buy cost. And so you can do that with, I pulled these up already, cashbackmonitor.com is a place that will show you all of the website's best cashback deals for like a Lowe's or a Target or Starbucks, etc. Well, I guess not Starbucks, but and so you could search for Lowe's here, see if that pulls up. So you could almost work this into your buy cost too. So if you use Mr. Rebates, you get 3% of your purchase price from Lowe's. Let's try Cardbear. Cardbear.com pulls up a bunch of different gift card websites. Oh, there's actually Lowe's there. But let's see. So 5.5%
tax. Where are you not messing with sales tax?
We don't really online, except for a couple stores like Walmart. We're tax exempt online. Okay. But yeah, so Cardpool, if you've got an account there, then you could purchase the product from there. We usually stick to Card Cash and Raise, but Card Cash, you get an additional 4% off of this. So if you're doing online arbitrage, definitely look for those things. I also believe that Lowe's usually has a 10% off coupon that you can get online pretty regularly. So that can also help your buy cost. So if you were getting 10% off of the $30, you could be getting it for $27 and almost make 50% ROI on that. And then also if you're doing, if you got the gift card, which is 4% off, I mean, those things start to add up. So make sure that you're doing those. But let's go back into sourcing. And so remember, I found this actually by doing something I don't normally do, which is that little product. I was searching for that cobalt steel NPT plug, and that pulled up. So don't be afraid to search for these random products, because you might find something. You can follow those rabbit trails essentially and find other products that sell well under some weird keyword phrase that pulls up. And some of these might be good too, but I'll keep looking at, again, price low to high for cobalt tools. We're looking for things that could be bundled or things that are cheap looking or cheaply priced. So like I would look up a screwdriver set at $2, might be selling for $10 maybe if it's on there. Cobalt two-piece screwdriver. If that pulls up anything. So it pulled up these. We could search for those, but let's see if I can find the product that I was looking for. No, it's not on this first page. One thing you could do if you've got a Chrome browser is actually right-click that and search Google for the image. And that could pull up some other listings if it is on Amazon. And it pulled up, I don't know why it said iron, but you get some weird results. It looks like all of these are at Lowe's, so wouldn't keep going with that. So let's see. Let's try to find something else that stands out. Actually, I don't want to take everybody's time just looking for stuff that stands out.
I think people are loving this, just seeing what you're doing on the back end.
Well, I was gonna say this
not necessarily a right or wrong either, because he could totally. He started with a brand name. You could totally go into Lowe's, just start with categories, see what brand names are in each category, and then search Amazon. You really can't do it wrong. All you're doing is looking for ideas, then to cross-check with Amazon. You can't really screw this process up. It's just whether you're going to find something or not find something.
And like I said, I mean, you could go through and try to type in these products exactly as they are. I mean, they might be on Amazon for $9.99. I mean, these are things not many people look for. Whenever they're a seller at Lowe's looking to sell this on Amazon, they usually don't look for these things. So it might be on there. As you saw, whenever I did that, there was a listing that we could potentially make, 40, 50% ROI on. But I do want to look for these because these kind of piqued my interest that a 35-piece double drive is $50. It might not be the best rank. It's $160,000, but I do want to see if that's in there. Cobalt 35 piece. Let's just try screwdriver. There it is. Let's see if it's profitable. So it's $30. It's selling for $50. There's only 2 sellers, so let's see if that's actually profitable or not.
And do you ever go down and look at the bundle listings, the bundle exam?
Yeah, sometimes.
Show them that real quick. Give them other ideas after you're done with this calculation.
Yeah. There we go. So let's see.
That was together up a little bit right there.
Right there.
So guys, there's a potential idea. Amazon is telling me that people are buying these 3 things together. Now that's an expensive bundle. Not that you couldn't test it, but especially if if it's lower price, I would you would do it for sure. But Amazon is telling you, and almost every listing has something like this, where they're saying, hey, here's a bundle opportunity. Now that's creating your own listings, but it might give you an idea to look for other bundles. And Jimmy and Brittany don't create their own listings, but you could. You totally could create your own.
Well, and it gives you this other option too. I mean, this 3-piece adjustable wrench set. We haven't even gotten to that yet, but that could be, it's $26. It might be a good price on Lowe's. Right now, this thing is $30 at Lowe's almost. You're not making much, but again, there's that 10% coupon you can usually get, which raises your ROI. You're making $10. Maybe that's something that you're okay with. You can see the Keepa chart is it sells regularly, and over the last 3 months, the price has been very consistent. Over the year, it hasn't been as much, but the 3 months gives me an indication that I would test it if that meets parameters that I wanted, because it's selling quite often. And if I could get discounted gift cards and cash back as well, I could potentially drop our price to maybe $25-24 and even increase that ROI and margin even more. Let's see. So this is something I would potentially keep looking for, these screwdrivers, because these are like this listing here. I don't know if you can tell, but on my end, it's not fully completely white. It is like a little off-white. So that indicates to me that somebody made this listing that was probably using the seller app to make it, or had a piece of paper behind it or something. I don't know if it's any good. Well, 13-in-1. Is that it? It looks different. Let's see. Double drive screwdriver, 13-in-1. That might be it. Okay, so that's a little expensive for what we need it to be at, but at least you can kind of see the process as you're going through and looking for products that you can also continue to search off of. So those rabbit trails, maybe this plier set, this Cobalt 5-piece plier set, we can look at that. Pliers. It might be the household tool set. 25. So that's probably not not the best listing to sell on. But that's just another example. I mean, you'll see that you can continue to go down these rabbit trails. You can continue to search and search and search for more and more products. There's that adjustable wrench set. I'm assuming it's probably about $25. Cobalt adjustable wrench. There's nothing there. But yeah, I mean, you could also essentially go through all of these wrench sets and see if there's anything that might be good. A Cobalt 18-inch cast iron pipe wrench. I mean, just following those rabbit trails, we found two to three, I don't remember which, products that are 30 to 50% ROI if you use coupons and cash back and all of that, and also had a lot of profit in a dollar standpoint, over $7-8 profit. It's not like we were finding $2 profit. So there's some room for those of you that use prep centers, as long as you're okay with, in this case, the margins being a little bit lower. One thing I wanted to do, Ryan, is I actually took an inventory of, I wanted to look up some stuff just around my house. So I'm not going to use the big box private label brands, but I wanted to use, let's see, Gain dryer sheets.
So you just saw those around your house?
Yeah, so you can go into your pantry. My wife used to coupon heavily, so we have a huge stockpile of stuff. And so what we're typically looking for here in any online arbitrage or even retail arbitrage is things that the listing stands out as being a little bit expensive, more than we'd be willing to pay for it. That there's some margin there. Essentially, some things that might be bundles, weird pictures, that aren't perfect. Like these are perfect pictures, but as you saw, that one was a little bit of an off-white background. So let's see. All of these, we could try this, see if that pulls up. Anything. So gain tropical sunrise dryer sheets. Let me just search that. Tropical sunrise dryer sheets. What was the count? 105. And so that was 1127. Now it says rank not found, which a lot of people would turn away from it. I'm not, because there's 8 reviews. So if I find that it's profitable, I'll look at the Keepa. The 8 reviews, again, indicate that it's sold enough times to get 8 reviews. So it might be a good listing. Let's see. So $3.97 at Walmart. Let me click into it because $4 to 11 isn't bad. It says delivery not available, but you might be able to pick it up. So yeah, we could pick it up at our local store for $4. So sorry that it's not available. I don't know why this didn't open. So let's look at the Keepa chart, because I assume that this is going to be profitable at $4 to $11.27. Yeah, you make almost 3 to $3.97. You make $2.99, 73%. Okay, so this is a weird Keepa chart. A lot of people would turn away from it. We would test this. This is something that's very weird, a little bit more. I'm sorry if this is somebody's listing. But you can see the reason we would test this is the buy box price, the pink dots, extremely consistent, okay? This product has 8 customer reviews, so it's sold at least 800 times typically to get 8 reviews. Also, the most important piece is that this seller count goes down and up. So even though there's no sales rank chart going down and up, the seller count is going down and up, which means it's selling. People are selling out of their product and falling off of this listing. Yes, it has increased recently, but the price has stayed stable enough. There's still 73% is the ROI. That is something we would definitely test each and every day. So if you're newer and you're not comfortable with it, and you want that sales rank line, then only look for those products. But this is something that would be a very good listing, because a lot of people stay on those products, or will only buy products with sales rank. So keep that in mind if you see a listing with reviews and no rank, that it would be good to test. Let's see if there's any other ones. I've got a list too of Pringles, but I don't know if I'll get to that depending on time. Let's see. So $15 for 2 boxes, not just 2 boxes, but 60 count. So you saw a second ago, 105 count was $4. I'm going to see if the 60 count, Moonlight Breeze. So let's try Gain Moonlight Breeze dryer sheets, 60. Let's see what pulls up. So I don't know if that's the same thing or not. It's $3 at Dollar General. Sorry, that's Walmart. So at Amazon, it's 15. So I would definitely look at that. So that would mean at Dollar General, if I can get them for $3 a piece, it's $6. And they're selling for 15.
That works.
Yeah, well, if the thing loads.
As long as they're not too big and.
Okay, so this one's a little different. So it's in industrial and scientific. I thought it'd be in like home. The sales rank chart might not qualify, but so at Keepa, it's been on here 600 days. Didn't sell for a long time, but recently it has. So I would just highlight the section that shows sales, which is 7-8 months. It sells regularly, and it's been at a high price. I would test it in our business now. If you're looking for something that needs to move faster, maybe not. At $6, you're making $370, 60%. That's definitely something that we would test. If for those of you that like to improve listings, this would be a good one to improve. There's no bullet points that I see. The pictures are, there's at least 3 pictures. But anyway, we don't do that. We would probably test it and see if it sells. Because if it doesn't sell, at worst, you bought a couple of these and you waste $12, or you wait longer and it just sells over a longer period of time. So we would probably test that. You can also see at Dollar General. So if you know that at $3, Dollar General has game dryer sheets. Let's just type in game dryer sheets at Dollar General. Let's see if there's anything else there. So they've got a lot. So that's good. There might be a lot of listings that correlate. It says that there's 25 items. So there's a lot. I would keep looking at game for sure at all of these. I mean, this is again a rabbit trail. I would look at all these scents and type in game dryer sheets and then Moonlight Breeze 105. Game dryer sheets original 200. Game dryer sheets original 105. And see what pulls up. I mean, we can continue to scroll down. Here's 34 count. That could be a Dollar General or a Dollar Tree thing. A 34 count could be $1 a piece. So those could be $2. Let me see if that exists. Game Island Fresh. Dryer sheets Island Fresh. There's 34. That's Dollar General as well. So those are $2. So yeah, I mean, at $4, we could look at that, see if it's profitable. It's 218,000 in home. There's only 3 sellers. We can check that out real quick, and look at the Keepa chart because I know everybody wants Keepa.
Some people are saying you're going a little fast, so feel free to go down if.
I just know that we're over an hour, so I wanted to give many examples as I can.
I don't think anybody's upset about that. Okay, if they are, they'll jump off.
All right. Well, then, hold on tight. Then we'll be here a while. But yeah, so 3 months it's sold regularly. Price is okay, around $9. But yeah, it costs $4, so that wouldn't be the best one. Let's see if there's anything. No, nothing really pulling up there. That one's, let's see what the rank is for that one. $26. You could potentially check that one. I don't know how quick I'd find that, but so this 34 count pack of 3, that's probably $6, so we could pass that up because we just saw that it was $2 at Dollar General. So yeah, you're looking for these things that are just essentially priced high. This is potential. I mean, it's a bad rank, but this is a typical Replen listing, where it's 2 different scents. You're looking for things that are priced high and just don't look necessarily perfect, like this. Oh, that one looks good. So I love these pictures. Again, not the best background. It's somebody trying to make it look good at home.
So let's talk about the significance of that. Why does that catch your eye? Because what do those listings typically mean?
Those listings typically mean somebody like a retail arbitrage or online arbitrager thought it'd be a good idea to bundle some things together. Mm-hmm. This is why I don't create bundles because other people do it for me. And so I like to see these listings. I don't know. So 2 gain 10-ounce travel size. So that means they're cheap. Those things are teeny. And 15 count dryer sheets. I'm going to search that. So gain 15 count dryer sheet.
Yeah. So guys, if you're creating bundles, you obviously have to price it to make profit. And so typically those listings are going to be more profitable but you just got to make sure they're selling.
Let's see. These aren't, that's 105 count. Let's try the other thing then and see if that's on there. 10-ounce travel size, so laundry detergent. Gain laundry detergent, 10-ounce. Dollar Tree. So that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So let's open this up then. I'll open it up. It's 90,000. There's 3 FBA sellers, so 90,000 in health and household is pretty good. Mm-hmm. Okay, no reviews. So I don't know how new this listing is or how often it sells, but the rank wasn't bad. Okay, so let's see. So Keepa looks, it's actually been on here 1,000 days. So that actually also shows the significance. If you find a listing with reviews, you
Uh-huh.
know that it's sold a lot. If
Yeah,
it's got a review, this
that's
one has none.
hard to get reviews on Amazon.
Yeah, this one's had none, and there's 1,000 days of history. Yeah, it hasn't sold as much until the last year, but it sells regularly. So let's look and see if Dollar Tree has all of this. Okay, so laundry detergent 10 ounce. It's the original. It looks the same.
Mm-hmm.
$12 per case, so it looks like you have to buy at least 12. They will deliver it. Sometimes they have free shipping. I think those are special days, or you can pick up in store. So it's $1 for one of them because the case is 12. Let's see if they've got Gain dryer sheets. So that's $2 for the bottles, and they have a 15 count dryer sheet. So this one's a good one. This is a perfect Replen listing. So it would cost you $3. I mean, you'd have to go a little bit deeper. You got to get 12 of the, I mean, there's a case of these, and I think that's 12. Oh, case quantity is 15 here.
Mm-hmm.
So at 15 of these, you're going to have to go a little bit deeper. If you're comfortable with that, okay. Or if you can just go to your local Dollar Tree and buy a few of them, that's probably the best case scenario, because you don't want to get 15 of these, and then you need 2 of those bottles. So you're going to need 30 bottles to make 15 listings.
Yeah.
That's a little deep. So if you've got a local store, Dollar Tree, which a lot of places do, if you can go run to it, I would search for those products there. So if we just look at the last year, yeah, the sellers have gone up, but they drop a lot. The price is good and it's consistent enough, and there's enough margin to make up the difference if it fails or if it starts to drop.
Mm-hmm.
It says it sells the drops, six drops per month. So on a slow moving listing, that is indicative that there's probably about 6 sales per month. So I would buy 4 of these probably just to test, because I'm fine waiting a little bit longer. For those that are newer, maybe buy 2, 3, and see what happens. But that's a good one. And so these things are out there, right? I mean, keep searching. You might be able to find, you know, we could go deeper and look for Gain travel size 10 ounce or laundry detergent and see if there's anything there.
Yeah, because especially if you're buying, you had to buy all those, or you wanted to go ahead and have them shipped to you, there might be other listings you could put these on, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, you'd polybag that, bundle it together, or if you want to do a box, go for it. But yeah, that's a perfect one. Let's see. I want to do Pringles because I had that in there. I'm trying to show as many examples as I can. So just type in Pringles. Pringles would bring up a lot. Let's try that or variety. I'll do variety since it's food. I like a bunch of different flavors maybe. Let's see what that pulls up.
Okay. Folks are saying slow down if you don't mind.
Okay. Let's see. So again, I'm looking here for products that, I mean, first off, these look very professionally done. The pictures and the prices are kind of low. So you're looking for pictures that were probably done at home, and also prices that look a little high for what the product has. So let's see. So this looks like a picture that was done at home. Wavy, it's a bundle. It's $18.70. We can look at that.
So guys, again, he's looking at things that, I mean, the obvious things are the price that's inflated. It looks like it's a little high. $18.70 for a 4-pack of Pringles sounds expensive. Sales rank is good. So those two might be enough to go ahead and jump into the listing. He's also saying another tip is the pictures that look like they're homemade, that somebody did with their Amazon seller app as a dead giveaway, that it's probably something that another seller put together. And so now you're just going deeper, checking Keepa. Is this really good at all? Hey, while you're on that, why don't you just do a quick Keepa? What's the 2 or 3 things that you're looking for on Keepa?
Well, there's a lot of things we look at Keepa. First is the sales rank, so this green line, seeing if it's selling regularly. If it's selling regularly, then go to the next thing, which is also the price. And so the buy box price we look at first. If there is no buy box, or if the buy box is really low, but there's FBA sellers higher, then we'll look at those orange triangles. This one, the buy box is the FBA seller, and you can see it. I can't really point to it because if I move my cursor, it'll move. But you can see in that little pink thing that shows buy box 2277, it says by third party FBA. So that means that they're FBA sellers. If it said FBM, then you know it's a merchant fulfilled seller that got the buy box at that point in time. You can also see that little orange box above the pink buy box one. It says new third party FBA 2277. So that's where you'd be able to see the difference. So in this case, I think there's a lot of room on this. I don't like the Keepa chart, but I want to see how much these things cost because I might look for other listings that are Pringles wavy. Pringles.
Now, guys, he's not saying, oh, does Walmart have it? Does Target have it? He's just going to Google and looking for prices.
Okay. That didn't help. Okay. Oh, they're over here. Walmart. So $1.44 for that wavy flavor. Walgreens has them $1.99. So let's see. Close that. I'm not going to look individually for each of these. I'm going to assume, yeah, it looks like they've got another flavor. So I'm going to assume that you can probably find the majority of these for $2 a piece or less. So that would cost us $8. It's between $6 and $8. In this case, if they were all at Walmart, it would cost $6. If you had to find them all at Walgreens or someplace else, it'd be $8. At $6, it might be worth testing. The things I don't like about this listing, the reviews, there's 1.5 stars. So that's never good. There's not even a 5-star review. It's 1 and 2. So that will continue to hurt the listing as there continues to be worse and worse reviews. The Keepa chart is the most concerning to me. I don't care as much about the reviews if the Keepa chart is amazing, but you can see over the lifetime of this listing, the 120 days it's been here, the sellers have gone up quite heavily while the sales price has gone down quite a bit. So I would avoid this because I would expect, especially now after being on this webinar, I would expect that a bunch more sellers could jump on this and the buy box price could continue to decrease as well. So I would avoid that. But you learned that, okay, Pringles Wavy has a following. So let's see if there are any better listings for Pringles Wavy. And I know a lot of people are concerned about like expiration dates and stuff with grocery. I'm not sure what Pringles expiration dates are, but if you order them and the expiration date isn't close enough, you can return them. I mean, if it's a month out, you can return them. Or if you're at the store or you're going to a store, you can just check it out before you buy a bunch of these things. So, okay, so let's look at the ranks and the prices. Here's another variety bundle of 3. So let's just say at $2 a piece, that's $6. If you're buying them all from Walmart, it'd be $4.50. Open that in a new tab. Again, not the best reviews, so these things must not be that good. But if they,
yeah, that's another good point. I mean, is it the reviews is because the people don't like the flavor, or is because they all, price. What's the deal with the? Yep.
So let's say that you got these at Walmart all for $1.50. They're $4.50, so you make 54%, $2.66. The Keepa chart isn't as bad as that last one. So it did go up, but it stayed pretty stagnant. And you can see that it's sold, and there haven't been a bunch of additional sellers. The price did drop recently from $17.50 down to $14.54. If you're feeling risky, you could test it. That's a judgment call, and based off, if you're looking for 70% ROI, then that's a definite no. But if you're looking for 40% ROI, that's a maybe. So we would probably test 1 or 2 of these, but just understand that it could significantly decrease in price because more and more sellers could find these things. Let's look at the reviews real quick. I'm actually curious. Crumbs.
Ooh.
Okay, so that's bad. That is a risk with Pringles, I guess. Good flavor. That one was good. So yeah, you got to be careful with crumbs and crushed Pringles. So we would package these with bubble wrap. We would bubble wrap them and either put them in a poly bag with bubble wrap individually or into a box. We usually like poly bags, but some people prefer boxes if you've got the right size. But yeah, so that's the only risk you run with chips would be that they break. We sell chips though all the time, for what it's worth. Let's see. So you could essentially keep going through here. I mean, there's a pack of 2, so that would cost us $3, $11.43. It's not the best rank. It's in beauty though, so it might actually be okay. I would check it out. It's got reviews. This one for pack of 2, there's 1 5-star review, $10.89. It's going to cost you about $3.
If we had to, okay, so let's start over here for a second. We're on this page here. Give me some things, and I'll write these down and I'll put them in the group here. Some things that would catch your eye, because we've obviously talked about the potentially inflated price and the sales rank. Those 2 things. So, and then you also said rank, price, homemade pictures would catch your eye.
Yeah.
You said bundles.
Yep. Variety packs.
Variety packs. Okay. As you're scrolling through, guys, this could be on your app, sitting at a store, looking at in the actual aisle. You could be on your phone, sitting at the DMV waiting to be called on. You can do it at home on your computer, like what we're doing here. So we got rank. The rank is good in the category that you're looking at. The price seems like it's inflated, a little bit expensive for what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Pictures can be homemade. Now, I'm not saying they have to have all these things. I'm just saying these are the types of things that would catch your eye. So a listing with homemade pictures, bundles, variety packs. What else?
Reviews. I look at reviews.
Okay. Lots of review or
yeah, that $1 Dollar Tree thing, the Gain bundle though, it had no reviews.
No reviews.
It was a good rank. So it was a good rank in a homemade picture. So it hit those marks.
So no rank, but with reviews.
Yeah.
Catches your eye. It hasn't been sold that might mean it probably hasn't sold in a while, but it was a good listing. So at least sold.
Yep. Or it never had a sales rank like that other one that we looked at too.
Okay.
Also, weird products sometimes do really well, like Pringles ketchup. I've never heard of. I store a lot.
Weird products. Okay. Cool. And so, guys, the reason for the homemade pictures again, why that catches your eyes, because another seller probably created the listing. When another seller creates the listing, they have to put it at a price that is profitable. A variety pack or a bundle, obviously another seller probably created those things. Again, they're going to price it at a place that's going to be profitable for them. So it just makes you investigate further. It doesn't mean, these are going to be winning listings. It just causes you probably to click into them, check Keepa. Ooh, this Keepa chart looks really good. This thing's selling. This is profitable. Rev Seller says it's within my ROI percentage. Now let's go see if we can find this thing online somewhere and source it for a price we need for it to be profitable. That's a process, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, this is weird. You'll probably never see this. It says imported from Canada. So if you're in Canada, it's probably a product that's regional to you. I've never heard of Pringles ketchup. So, at 856, there's 2 FBA sellers. Let me see if there's other. Just as a side note, just because I'm interested, Pringles ketchup.
Yes, you can never go on these rabbit trails. You're just looking for product names essentially. If somebody could literally just give you a list of 1,000 different brands, and you could just be going down the list, and looking for options. So
this is a 2-pack, 81,000 in grocery. Has a bunch of reviews, $15 for Pringles ketchup. I'm assuming these can't be too expensive. Granted, if you have to import them from Canada, they will be. But the Keepa chart is stellar. That's a really good one. Let's just look it up. Pringles ketchup. Walmart, .ca. So it is a Canadian product. So if you live in Canada, maybe look at this. Or if you know how to import this stuff. Yeah, it looks to be the same product, but it's in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, oh, it's not available right now. So yeah, if you're in Canada and you can pick it up retail and send it into FBA, or even look at the Canadian marketplace, it might be a good one. That's just a side note. So yeah, do you want me to keep? I can keep going down rabbit trails, or we can stop it here and go into questions. It's up to you.
Well, we got maybe go for a few more minutes and we'll do the questions. Do a few more rabbit trails.
Let's see. So things, okay, so an assorted case, it says pack of 60 though. So, and it's sold by Amazon. We wouldn't do that. Does anybody have a product? Like I can look one up. Do you want to ask?
There you go. Yeah, guys, when somebody else give us an idea. You have to remember Facebook, there's always a delay. Folks in Zoom are instantaneous. They see it immediately.
Not.
Somebody give us a product.
I can try Pilot pens.
So Cassandra says wooden spoons.
Wooden spoons. Do you have a brand? I can go. Usually wooden spoons are going to be private label.
Paul says Tazo tea.
Tazo tea. Okay. Yeah. Wooden spoons would be a little bit too broad for me. That's usually like a private label type product on Amazon, unless you have a brand name you want to look up. So Tazo tea. See what pulls up. There you go. So a lot of these are bundles already, which is good. Now, I have a feeling this one is not going to be profitable because there's over 8 FBA sellers. It sells well, and it's $14 for 3 of them. I think Tazo tea is pretty expensive. Mm-hmm. Let me try Tazo Butterscotch Blondie tea and see what pulls up.
Jimmy, a lot of folks are just giving name, like product type of things, like product ideas. So guys, we typically want to start with a brand name.
Yes.
So if you want like backpacks, for example, you're going to want to like JanSport backpack. That's going to make it easier to look up.
And the thing about, so teas, Tazo, and there's like a bunch of tea brands out there. You're going to have different stuff at different stores. So like regional stores are different than like a Walmart would have. So make sure you're checking things like that. So there's no price on that product. You might have to find it at a different place. There are a lot of sellers on it. I mean, we can assume it's profitable and look at Keepa real quick and just kind of do some digging into that. Because the time it would take me to find all 3 of these might take a little bit. So let's look at Keepa. So let's say it is profitable. This is good. The price is really consistent, $14.99. It went down to $13.99. The sellers do go up and down. Right now, it's kind of on a downward trend. So if it's profitable and hits our metrics or margins, we would test it. Obviously, you want to find out if it is or not. The other thing you could do, so is look at these. So that's not the best pricing. There's a bunch of other teas, sponsored products. I try not to click on sponsored products because I feel bad unless, I feel like I'm charging people money. Oh, but here's one. So this has got what other customers buy after viewing this item. Well, that's interesting. So a 6-pack of that product. This one's $10. This one has a 2-box bundle. So this catches my eye. It's more expensive than this listing. And it's about the same amount of tea. They are different products, but it's 2 boxes, 2 different flavors. So if we could find this Butterscotch Blondie and find the Vanilla Bean Macaroon, that would be good. Price fluctuates a lot. So over the last 3 months, it's been okay, but it used to be much cheaper. I would avoid it because it was cheap recently, like within the last 6 months. Mm-hmm. If this cheap section was all the way over at the other end of last year, I would probably test it. But that's quite a swing from $8.93 up to $11.93. But yeah, so I can see if I can find this Tazo Butterscotch. I wish they had a price here. Oh, this item costs $3.99. Let's see. So I've got this other extension called Price Blink, and it shows me. So Vitacost has it at $4. See if it actually is there, because this thing lies sometimes.
It lies.
Yeah. So it is there. That's good. So $4. The only problem is that, let's say we find the other one for $4 as well. That's $8, so it's not profitable. But at Walmart, maybe it was a little bit cheaper. But yeah. So the other thing you can do with anything that has flavors, we could go to, and make sure you're always in all departments, because, as we've seen, some things are out of the norm. So like Tazo tea could be put in the health and beauty section by a seller for whatever reason. Sometimes it's because they're restricted in that category, so they try to cheat the system and put it in the category they're allowed to sell in. Don't do that, but it is in there sometimes. So you could try Tazo tea. Let's see, sampler. I like that. I guess I'm going too fast for the computer. Here you go. So this is a pack of 6. It says $39. Decent. I mean, the sales rate. And again, that's in health and household. So you might think that would be in grocery, but no, it's in health and household. So let's click into that. So that's why you always want to have it on all, because if you had it on grocery, that listing wouldn't come up. So, and looking at this, the picture is pretty basic, I think. Like, it's probably done by a seller. Kind of see, I think that where the flash went off, you can kind of tell that this is a little whited out, that they had flash or lights. Now, you just have to be able to find these things. It used to sell for $21.66, but the FBA price, that little orange triangle, was at $27.99. So for FBA, this is a little inflated at $39.
Yes.
If I were going to buy this, I would buy it assuming I'm going to sell it at $27.99, because that is a big price swing, and it always pretty much sold there.
Yeah.
So if at $27.99 it's profitable, then great. I have a feeling this is not able to be found, whether one of the flavors are probably gone, because there's only one FBA seller now, and the price is crazy high. But you could still look for these things. So try and find Tazo Calm Chamomile, Tazo Chai Organic, Passion, etc. And you'll have to look individually to find them, but it could be a good one. And what you might also find is that, well, maybe this bundle, you can't find all of them, but you find out that, okay, the organic chai is a certain price, and you start looking for listings for that organic chai. Or as Ryan pointed out, you can come here and look for customers who bought this item also bought. So, like, all of these listings are potential, like this 3-pack. We love 3-packs, 2-packs, etc. for replenishable product listings. Tazo has so many flavors, it might be very time consuming to go through it all, but it can also be very worth it because they have so many flavors. There's a bunch of different potential combinations for what you can sell. So yeah, let's see. Do you want to try a different product, or?
Yeah, let's see. Let's do one more, and then we'll go to the questions here. Mark says Pop Secret popcorn.
Oh, popcorn. Pop Secret. I would type in, so Pop Secret, it shows me the other search terms, and I've got an extension. I don't remember what this is called. Do you know what this is called, Ryan?
The AMZ Suggestion Expander.
Okay. So that's free, I believe, and it gives you a lot of suggestions that go with it. AMZ Suggestion Expander. That's right. So I would start with just Pop Secret popcorn, but there's also movie theater butter. You can type in the individual flavors like kettle corn. Actually, let's start with kettle corn. My dad always liked kettle corn. Let's see what they've got. Pop Secret kettle corn. Oh my goodness. Okay. So this is a pack of 6. It's a 3-count box. Pop Secret kettle corn. $28. Got a lot of reviews. I don't know if this is the normal price, and they're for 3 bags in a box. There's one FBA offer, so it might not be possible to be found. I don't know. Let's see. No, I mean, it comes in and out of stock. Although, okay, so Walmart says it's $306. So if you don't have this price blink extension, which is free, then you could type it in. Let's see if it actually is accurate for Walmart. Okay, so it's actually $5.70. It's out of stock of the 1-pack. And a 4-pack, that's like $7 a piece, right? Yeah. So we wouldn't want that. If you could find it for cheaper, then that'd be great. But I don't think that exists. So it wouldn't be profitable necessarily. But what I was looking for here is that, you know, you need to buy a pack of 6. It probably have to be $2 a box to make sense. And what I was looking for is that it seemed like an inflated price. A pack of 6, $28 for for some popcorn. But let's go back. Let's keep looking at kettle corn and see what other listings might stand out. I like old pictures. So if old pictures are there, then that, you know, you can tell this is kind of a dated picture, I think, in comparison to this picture. So this picture is old, a 10 count, 100 calorie pack for kettle corn, 11.2 ounces. So let's just search that. So Pop Secret kettle corn, 10 count, 100 calorie. So whenever I'm searching on Google, I give it more keywords so it knows specifically what I'm looking for. So I don't have to search for the product. And this might, yep, this might be it. Well, items no longer available. That's a shame. All right. I'm not seeing anything on here that's helpful unless it's this.
Lizzie's asking, why do you like the old pictures?
Because usually that means that it's outdated. So like if you did a picture scan, it probably wouldn't pull up. So it's even more hidden. A lot of sellers might be wary of selling on listings that have old pictures. As long as the description and everything's accurate, we sell. And we don't have a problem. As long as everything's exactly the same, but the box is different, we would sell on it. So this is the 100 calorie count. It's 12 bags. So it's $3.28 for the 12 bags. So at $14.95, you know, that's up to you on this because it looks like 11.2 ounce, 10 count. I think that was a mistake. This is 13.4 ounce. So it's at $3.28. I mean, you could sell it. I don't know. You know, obviously that's not the exact same product, but they're getting bonus bags. So to me, I would probably test it and sell it. But you know, some people might not want to do that. We've done that in the past. So let's see. It looks to be the exact same product, just 2 extra bags.
What would you say to Wendy? She says, looking to me like most Replens are grocery.
Well, that's just what that's what people gave me. So I mean, you saw the Gain detergent. There was a bunch of detergent and a bunch of laundry dryer sheets. We tried those. What else? We did Pringles, which was grocery, but you know, you're able to see a lot of that stuff. So
started out with tools, Cobalt tools.
Exactly. We started with Lowe's and Cobalt tools and going through that big box store private label list. So we only did grocery because that was what was suggested, Tazo Tea and Pop Secret. But you could start with anything, anything around your house that is in your pantry or in your, you know, if you've got a coupon room, like a stockpile, like me and Brittany. I don't know. We've got a stockpile, so that's what I call it. I don't even know what it's called anymore. For like your laundry, I guess your laundry room stuff. But yeah, so you can look at that stuff. You can look at a whole bunch of stuff. Like I think I've mentioned in the Facebook group, groceries 27% of our products. So there are 72% of our business is outside of grocery, and we do 95% replens. So keep that in mind, that there's plenty of products out there that aren't grocery. I'm trying to think of anything else that might be a good one to look up that's not grocery. Let's see if this gives any suggestions. Not looking like it. There's more popcorn. Sometimes they'll put products down here that go with popcorn or with the product, but I'm not finding it anything different. Let's see. I mean, I could go back and do like the big box brands list, or if somebody else has a different suggestion that isn't in grocery, we could try that too.
Okay. Go ahead and do this one for Wendy here. She's saying tools of the trade, Macy's. Macy's brand, tools of the trade.
Tools of the trade. Let's just type that in. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, me either.
Macy's tools of the trade. So if I don't know what it is or what kind of brand it is, I at least like to see. Okay, so it's cookware. So that's good. So let's click on that, because we might need to add in additional keywords outside of tools of the trade in this instance. Like this tools of the trade stainless steel 13 piece. Yeah.
These are also going to be pretty heavy.
Yeah, they will be. So it'll be a little bit more difficult. But yeah, I mean, we could essentially go through one by one on this. I mean, 13 piece, it's probably going to be too heavy or too expensive. You get an extra 25% off those. Keep that in mind. If you go to their website, it ends Sunday, so act fast. Let's see. 13-piece cookware, sale $37.99. Is that the same thing? 13-piece stainless steel. So it's $38, but is that the FBA price? So in RevSeller, which is an extension, it's a paid extension that I use here. It just speeds up my sourcing. If I click 11 offers, FBA, it pulls up. Oh, yeah, maybe it doesn't. It's supposed to pull up all the FBA offers. If that doesn't work, then you can go to available from these sellers. I guess Amazon's not working right now. You're supposed to be able to see all of the sellers, one of those two ways. Because, so RevSeller will pull, if there's no buy box, it pulls the lowest price. So if the lowest price is $67.99, but the FBA price is $79.99, you'd want to know that. We can look at Keepa, and it looks like, yeah, $69, $74 is where our FBA is. So let's just put it at 69 because I think that's the merchant fulfilled. So $39.91. I think this is the exact same thing. It's $37.99 instead of $120.
And that's a sale, so who knows if that's something that will continue.
Yeah. Not a replen, but I believe they also have an extra 25% off. So let's just say $40 would take off around 10. So it'd be about probably $29. But yeah, so that's not going to be a replen because it is on sale. It's probably always on sale, but not at that price. There's no way they sell this for $120 all the time, I don't think. So we can go back and look more. A lot of times with Macy's, you're going to find products that aren't replens. You're going to find more deals. You know, whenever we used to do clothing and shoes quite a bit, like over a year ago, we did a lot from Macy's because they had a bunch of deals. Tools of the trade, though, we could try the steamer pot and see what that is. Trade steamer pot. 4 quarts. Is that on here? Trade stainless steel 4 quart. Super pot with steamer insert. Is that the same thing? A soup pot with a steamer insert?
I'm answering questions.
I think it is.
This just seems like a very this would be a challenging category. I mean, challenging type of product with all these heavy cookware.
Yeah. And especially, I mean, I got away from the page. And let me look at this first, and I'll mention what I was going to add. So I wouldn't buy this necessarily because it sells way too slowly, and there are a decent amount of sellers. You know, if you're fine waiting for months, then, you know, you could potentially buy it, but we aren't necessarily fine with that. It is selling at $40 and costs, if this is the same thing, $24.99. After 25% is $18.74. So if you're fine waiting probably 6 months, buy it at $18.74, you make maybe $8 if the price doesn't change. You know, I wouldn't buy it, but at least in the next 6 months, is Q4. So maybe it'll work out for you.
Yeah.
The other thing that I was going to add, so if you just search tools of the trade and you're seeing products that aren't even similar, like books, you probably want to get a little bit more specific because you're getting like a calculator. So I would start, and the ranks aren't that good. So I would probably stop with this brand personally.
Yeah.
This is a different brand, Cook's Standard.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I probably would pass on doing this brand more, but you could always type in, well, even on Macy's website, sorry, I'm getting scatterbrained, there's only 22 items under tools of the trade. So there's not very many items to even search. So I'd probably pass on this brand.
I agree.
I mean, there were some things you could potentially make some money on, though. Not a ton, but you could make some if you're fine waiting a little bit longer. Just make sure, I mean, so the 25% off, right? If you're getting 25% off of this price and you're making, let's see, so $37.99, I believe it qualifies for 25% off because of their coupon. But then you also go back to this cashback monitor and see how much cashback you can get from Macy's. Is that in there? Macy's. So Macy's has at Ebates 10%, which is actually Rakuten now, I believe. But so you could get 10% back on that. And then if you've got a gift card, Macy's is about 9%, it looks like. So 8.8% from card cash. So, I mean, you could really do some things to get, an extra 30, 40% off of this with the coupon and make it more profitable. They're just slower moving. So, and they aren't going to be replenishable. These are extremely discounted for the sale, and those coupons aren't around. So Macy's, with this brand, it's going to be harder to find something that's replenishable. Okay.
Great job, man. Let's go to some other questions because I know we could do this for hours and hours and hours and hours.
I also want to go over their homework real quick.
Yeah, do that. Yes, please.
So find a minimum of 7 replens in the next week. That's one a day. If you can only shop one day and you only have 1 hour in the next week, then maybe go for 2 or 3, but stretch yourself. Try to find 7 replens in the next week. If you find them in a day or 2, then keep looking for more replens. Don't just stop after your homework's done. And then fill out, we made a Keepa quiz. It doesn't encompass everything. It does the majority of items that you're going to be seeing out there whenever you're sourcing. But if you go to bit.ly, so bit.ly/Keepa quiz, it'll pull up that quiz. And so bit.ly/Keepa quiz.
Show them, actually do that and then show them how it works.
Yeah. I don't want to give them the answers though.
No, just go through and click.
Yeah, it's got to load first. There's probably 100 people that just went to it, but
sure.
Let's see. So it shows, and what I want you to do here is assume that the product meets your margins, right? We couldn't make specific situations because everybody might want, there might be a seller that wants 100% ROI and a seller that wants 40% ROI. So just assume that it hits your numbers one way or the other. And just look at these Keepa graphs. Is this something that you would buy or not buy? And essentially you could put in what you think and then keep going through the list. And there's a bunch of different situations in here, as well as, some really tricky ones. This one's kind of tricky, just a hint. And so you go through and you click submit. Whenever you submit, it tells you got to answer the questions. I don't want to answer them, Ryan. They're going to show everybody the answers.
Yeah, so that's fine. So, what will happen is you put in your what you think the answer is. You hit submit. It'll take you back through, and you can click on a link and see the key essentially, and see what Jimmy did. Now, some of these don't feel bad. Like, oh, I clicked buy, and Jimmy said don't buy. Because, for example, they typically don't sell against Amazon. So if Amazon's on that listing currently, they'll typically stay away from it. Doesn't mean you have to. Their business is different. And so just know that's not necessarily a right or wrong. Some of these may be obvious, like, yeah, nobody should probably buy these, but some of them are a little bit more subjective compared, for your type of business.
Right. And like I said, there are a couple trick questions in there, things that are, okay, we normally wouldn't buy this, but we will because of these reasons that are shown, right? So kind of similar to earlier in this webinar, I showed a Keepa chart that had no sales rank. Typically, you don't buy things without a sales rank, but that product had 8 reviews and the number of sellers fluctuated heavily, meaning that it sold a lot. So there are things in there that are going to kind of, I expect to trip a lot of people up. And yeah, again, there's no real right or wrong answer to a lot of these. Some people have different buying criteria, but I'm excited for it. I think it'd be cool to see how everybody does. And I'm happy to answer questions on it all too.
All right, cool.
Moving forward.